Oh, poor Maria. We are looking at some rain here, but as Maria mentioned, we do have some sun in the forecast tomorrow. So this is something that's going to be slow to clear for Cape Cod and the islands. Most locations right now not dealing with much in the way of rainfall, especially in and around Boston. We have this last batch of showers that are really light. So as they push through, yes, you'll be running into a few drops here over the next hour or so, but we will see improving conditions moving into later tonight. It is wet right along 95 as you move out even into the Needham area, and this is starting to stretch a little bit closer to Boston. 95 travel from Walpole down as you move toward Providence is wet, and then we're also seeing much of Route 3 wet, especially over Cape Cod and the islands right now, where we have some soaking rainfall over Nantucket. Over Nantucket and really much of Cape Cod, the rain's around through about 11 o'clock this evening. Thereafter, it's slowly departing as we dry out into tomorrow, and then we eventually get some sun. No sun out there now. We're in the clouds with upper 40s to mid 50s, cooling down overnight before we get into some sunshine tomorrow. I'll have a look at our next run towards 60 ahead. As far as that heavy rain, which you might have heard overnight last night into this morning, that is for the most part out of here. We still have some heavier pockets over Cape Cod and the islands, but for most locations, it's a much lighter rain that we're dealing with, but very gray conditions as you saw with that live shot in Boston. Let's take you in. So what's going on in Boston is that we have this line of light showers that's pushing in, so our cloud deck is getting even lower. That's why it's starting to look even more dreary in the city right now. And those showers stretch all the way up toward the New Hampshire seacoast and stretch out west toward places like Lowell and through Metro West into Framingham and right along 95. So from Westwood all the way down into the Mansfield area and even into Providence at the moment. We have widespread rain over Cape Cod and the islands and portions of the South Shore, but it's heaviest on Nantucket at the moment. It seems that this heaviest pocket is now moving off of Nantucket and even Chatham. And so we're getting into a lighter rainfall even down there, although it's very steady. So I have a feeling some of our numbers out of Cape Cod and the islands could get over 2.5 inches by the time we're all said and done with tomorrow. But at this point, the highest total is still coming in out of West Bridgewater, where they saw over 2.5 inches of rainfall. The combination of this heavy rain with some of the snow melt because of all the warm conditions we've been seeing, well, that snow melt up in ski country is feeding down into our rivers. And in particular, we're watching the Connecticut River. A new flood warning has been issued for today for the Connecticut River, as it will likely crest and reach flood stage. We're looking at minor flood stage moving into late tonight, right around 28.5. So that's something we're looking to see crest right around 8 o'clock this evening. We're at 56 right now, and it's cloudy conditions, it's gray conditions out there as we're starting to see cooler air working in from the northwest. And you can clearly see that with 49 in Worcester and 40s to the northwest. These 50s from Boston southeast will continue to cool down through tonight as the wind is now shifting to the northwest, bringing in that cooler air, but also bringing in drier conditions heading into tomorrow. We did manage to hit 60 in Boston, but keep in mind that was hit early this morning, so temperatures continue to fall. Let's get through the timeline of this rain, the last of it. We're still looking at some spot showers here at 6 p.m. And as we fast forward toward 10, 11, that will continue to shift down towards southeastern Massachusetts. So I do think for most locations by tomorrow morning we are dry, but there may be a lingering drop or two over the Cape and Islands. Beyond that, the clouds that we wake up to tomorrow morning will give way to some clearing in the afternoon. We managed to hit the 50s, which is above average, although it's a little cooler down toward Cape Cod and Islands and the immediate coastline, but there will be a wind chill factor. So tomorrow with wind gusts near 20, it may feel like it's close to the low 40s despite highs in the low 50s. We are going to start to warm up again as we move toward Thursday. It's ahead of this next storm system that brings a rain potential for us late Thursday night into Friday. And with much colder air working in on the back end of this system, we could be seeing some wet snowflakes mixing in for Friday morning. Not looking at things sticking here in southern New England, but as you move to the north, there could be some fresh powder on some of our greatest mountains here in northern New England. Here locally, perhaps an inch, a wet inch, moving to northern Worcester Hills and out toward the Berkshires. Otherwise, it is just the cool down that will end. So those 50s will feel pretty comfortable. Maria and Ann.
Great, Kellyanne, thank you. Take a look at this. This is rare.